My 16-year-old stepdaughter is pregnant and asked me to watch her baby during the day while she's in school, but when I said no, she kept screaming about how when I had my kids people offered to help, so I told her no one in her family is going to help her because she got herself here. Posted by u/medium vehicle 8340. Me and my husband are in our late 30s and early 40s, and he has a kid from a previous relationship who we'll call Abby. She's 16F and pregnant. From my understanding of the whole situation, it's her boyfriend who's 18M and in college, and he is refusing to answer her calls. She wants to keep the baby but thinks everyone is going to bend over backwards for her to do so. Everyone has told her multiple times that they aren't going to help her, and that she will be on her own. Me and Abby have a decent relationship, and I met her 3 years ago when she was 14F, and we have a civil relationship. She has a mom, so I'm just dad's wife to her mainly. Recently she's been getting closer to me and trying to talk to me more, which was weird because normally when she does that she wants something. After around a week, she got tired and told me what she wanted. She wants me to watch her kid during the day while she's in school. I told her no, as I have my own 2 kids I have to watch, twins. She got upset and said she doesn't understand why when I had my kid people offered to help and did things for me, and now that she's pregnant no one wants to help her and is making her do everything herself. I explained to her that my kids were rainbow babies, and a lot of people knew we struggled with fertility, and that me and her dad are adults and we had a plan, money, and a happy home for our kids, and she has none of that. I explained that nobody is going to help her because she got herself here, and she's going to have to act like an adult if she wants to keep her kid. She kept screaming and saying stuff about how it's unfair and we need to support her, and she needs help and a lot of other stuff. I told her to go to someone else because no one in her family is going to help her, and she got mad and kept yelling about the same thing. I told her to leave me alone, and she didn't, and went on talking about her life and how this pregnancy is making her parents and friends distant and how it's not fair. I eventually got tired of her and told her that her mom thinks she's a disappointment, and that no one has to help you because you got yourself here. If you want help, ask the father, and if you can't ask him, then ask his family or something because no one is going to help you the way you expect them to. She got mad and told her dad what I said, and he got upset and said that it was too far, and even if it's right, I shouldn't have said that. So am I the jerk? Note, she has a late birthday, so that's why it's a 16 to 18 age gap. She turned 17 in November. The reason I told her what her mom thinks is because she was complaining about how her mom doesn't want her at the house, and yes, her mom has told her before that she is a disappointment. Edit, a lot of you are under the assumption that no one told her the options. They have multiple times, and she is choosing to keep this kid. Me and her dad told her that if she wants this kid, she will need to get a job, and we told her how much it will cost to raise that kid. She just says okay and moves on. Another thing is we or her parents do not know where his parents are, and they have moved as they no longer feel the need to live in the school district. The boy is over 14 hours away at college, and it seems the only way to contact him is to see him, and me nor her dad is driving 14 hours away. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, that was really direct of you. Does your stepdaughter understand what goes into raising and caring for a child? How has she been with your twins? Ops response, no, she doesn't, and she feels that everyone else will take care of her kid while she's in school. She's not really around them, and she may hold one for a little while then give her back. Commenter 2, is she open to adopting the baby? Ops response, no, she wants to keep it. Commenter 3, you, her father, and her mother should all be encouraging her to get an abortion. Ops response, we can't force her to get one, and we can encourage, but no one can force her. Commenter 4, how many weeks is she, and are you in a place where abortion is accessible? The job of all the responsible adults around her, primarily her 2 actual parents though, is to lovingly encourage abortion up until the moment it's not a viable option anymore. I say lovingly encourage because she is more likely to be receptive to advice framed in that way, but that constantly reminds her about the life she is giving up if she chooses to become a teenage mother. Ops response, 13 to 16 weeks, and we have abortion here, but it's only up to a certain point here, and she is past that point. Her mom is willing to take her anywhere to get an abortion though. Commenter 5, while it was harsh, she needs to step up and take some responsibility here. She can get a job to help pay for childcare, diapers, and formula. Her boyfriend or baby daddy can get a job too. She needs to figure out stuff now, not demand before baby gets here. If she is always that demanding, that is why people are stepping back from her. Is there a part you, husband, Abby's mom is willing to help with? If she lives with you, I'd set very clear boundaries and rules of what is and isn't going to happen. Midnight feedings is all her and boyfriend's job, and so on. Ops response, her dad is buying her a car, and he's willing to help. Her mom doesn't even want her at home, so I don't think she's willing. The most right now I'm willing to do is take her to her job, that she does not have. Commenter 6, has anyone sat down with her and actually discussed her options? It doesn't sound like it. If she isn't going to have any help with finances and childcare, she needs to either get an abortion, let the baby be adopted, or contact whatever social services are available where you are to start making a plan to become independent. You're the jerk for being so harsh either way. This child needs at least one adult in her corner to help. That doesn't mean raising the kid for her, but it does mean helping her make a lot of extremely difficult decisions in a very short amount of time without placing blame or judging her. Op's response: yes, her mom and dad did, and she wants to keep the kid. She doesn't want an abortion or to let the baby be adopted. Commenter 7: is she at least getting prenatal care? Or is she being failed there too? I only ask because if she isn't being cared for medically, then neither is the baby. The baby is innocent in this. Do you and dad plan on having a relationship with your grandchild? I agree that she is not realistic about a lot of things about being a teen mom. Has anyone sat down with her, with material from the internet or other knowledgeable place, and explained to her without being mad, without conveying disappointment, without threats or yelling, snarkiness, pettiness from either side, and really, truly told her what she's in for? I agree she needs a reality check. I mean, of course she does, she's 16. Just don't punish your grandchild. At some point, baby will be born. A baby full of love and devoid of fault. I'm not giving a judgment just yet because I want to see if Op answers my questions. Op's response: yes, she does have access to prenatal care. I don't know if dad wants a relationship with the kid. Yes, everyone has talked to her about it without being petty, and it's like she thinks we're lying or going to do it for her, so she will just say okay and move on. Commenter 8: seems like her father needs to contact the college student's parents. Get lawyers involved for child support. He can get a job. He shouldn't get off scot-free. Commenter 9: refusing to take care of her child while she's at school is entirely within your rights. Helping her find daycare should be your concern as an adult. Telling her that you deserve help because your babies were wanted and hers isn't is literally telling her that her baby is worth less than yours, and you can be certain that's how she heard it. Commenter 10: you are both the jerk and not the jerk. You are not the jerk for standing up to her, giving her a reality check, and forming boundaries with her. Her expectations are what they are, and she needs to take responsibility. That's all true. However, you are also big jerk. First of all, the way you talk to her is wrong. The fact that you told her what her mother thinks is a big jerk moment. It should be her mother to say these things, not you. The way you spoke to her is also just bad. You should have been more gentle. The message you sent was good, but the way you sent that message is just poor and bad. You, the father, and the mom, all three should have a real talk to her and explain to her how things work and why everyone is distancing themselves from her. You should help her to some degree, but not to what she's been asking so far, as the potential grandparents. But that's it. Not the jerk for the message, but the jerk for how it was delivered and for telling her what her mother might think. Update: 3 weeks later. Hello all, I'm back with an update, but I do want to apologize for this update being late. My twins and I got sick, so it has just been a lot. So after I posted this post, I took some advice from the post and talked with my husband. We had a long talk about what we were and weren't going to help her with and what all she needed to do. So we sat down, and in summary we told her that if she wanted to continue at a real school, then she would need to figure out childcare as I won't keep her kid. We told her she needs a job and look for resources for her and her baby. My husband told her she's financially cut off until she finds a job and that she will only get gas money. We have agreed to watch the kid on the weekends while she works. We have also told her that if she fails to take care of her baby as far as neglect, that we will call CPS on her. The last main thing I can think we told her was as long as she tries, we will help her with the baby's necessities, and that we don't mind helping with that if she needs it. After we told her that, she mainly asked why I wouldn't watch her baby while she went to school, and I just explained that I'm not going to deal with 3 little kids every day, especially with one being a baby. She didn't understand and tried to argue with me about it. But we did tell her that if she stays in school, she may have to repeat a year or go to summer school as the time she would give birth it would be finals, and she would have to go to summer school. I did apologize to her for telling her the comment I made about her mother, and she also apologized to me. Right now she still doesn't have a job, but she has an interview, so that's good. Her dad's just happy she's trying. Note: I want to address a few comments. One main comment I saw was a lot of people thought we would kick her out. No, she's still a kid and minor, and even when she's 18, we will still keep her in the house. The next thing was the rainbow baby comment. She asked why I got help, and her version of help right now is stuff was bought for my babies and that people came in town when they were born to help with them. So I explained that they are rainbow babies. That's why we got so many clothes, and people came to see them because these were probably the only kids I will ever have. And they probably won't do it for her as they have more traditional values and don't even support her or try to help her now, so I doubt they will when a baby comes. I will try to answer any questions I can. Edit: I had a typo that made people think she was being made to continue to regular school. She is not, and she wants to stay in regular school. A lot of you don't know what I mean by financially cut off. She will only get her needs and nothing more. If she wants to go out to lunch with friends, she will have to pay for that, and he is no longer just handing her money to do what she wants. Again, she will still get anything she needs, just not wants. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, where is her mother in all of this? Can she live with her mother? Ops response, her mother is still not talking to her until she gets an abortion. Commenter 2, there are plenty of online schools she can attend. I still think you're being awfully harsh. You're behaving like an evil stepmother, and I honestly hate you. Cold, cruel, and completely judgmental. As a mother myself, I already don't like you. In fact, if I were your mother, I would be completely ashamed and disappointed in you for how you are treating this poor girl. Yes, things will be hard, but threatening CPS on her? That's crossing a line, in my opinion. What do you mean by cutting her off financially? She is still a minor, and her father is still legally obligated to provide for her. What does he think, that pregnancy suddenly makes a girl into a full-grown adult? You and your husband are awful. Why hasn't the boy been found and contacted? What steps has your husband taken to find him and make him take responsibility for his part in donating the sperm? It takes two to tango, and that boy needs to step up too. Ops response, when I say cutting her off financially, my husband gives her an allowance every month to get stuff she wants, so it may be like $100, but when she goes out, she will always ask for more money, so he may give her around $250 a month. He will no longer be doing that and only paying for her gas and things she needs. He is still deciding what to do about the boy. Yes, we will call CPS if she decides that instead of taking care of her kid, she wants to go to a party. We will call CPS if she neglects her kid. Also, she wants to stay in regular school, and no one is making her. Commenter 3, she's 16. Is this really the best way to handle the situation? I don't understand why she's being encouraged to get a job rather than school if she's still a child. She needs to finish school. What am I missing? Also, it's not realistic to cut her off financially until she gets a job. She's a child, and where else is she going to get the money from? She is still a dependent, and your husband is still her guardian. Honestly, you should call CPS. Not as a threat, because they can help if you can't care for a pregnant minor. CPS will be able to help with advice and resources. Her school should be able to help too. Ops response, she needs a part-time job so she can provide for her baby. We are not going to pay for everything for her kid, and she will have to pay for it. We cut her off financially as we are only paying for gas and things she needs, and she will have to get a job to pay for the rest. Commenter 4, I don't understand why nobody seems to have an issue with a college boy getting a teenager pregnant. If she's 16 now, she may have been 15 when he got her pregnant. Even if she was 16, isn't she still a minor? What are the ages for statutory rape in your state? The boy may deserve worse consequences than just paying some child support, much less getting off scot-free and going on to do this to others. Ops response, my stepdaughter just turned 17. She has a late birthday, so when they met and were dating, they were 16F and 17M. He made 18 earlier this year, and she just made her 17. Commenter 5, NTA. You do know that baby is going to be dumped on you no matter what your husband and your stepdaughter says. I think that she thinks having this baby will make the father be with her. I don't think she has intentions of taking care of this baby. I would be so angry at the 18-year-old boyfriend. What are you going to do when your husband dumps all the responsibility of this baby on you? Ops response, I have already told him should that happen, I will take her kid to a hospital or fire station, as I will not be taking care of 3 little kids. Commenter 6, I'm glad you apologized. But I still see nothing being done to find the dad. She didn't do this alone, and if she was getting child support, it would take a little bit of the burden off of y'all as well as her. Could also pay for childcare. Find the guy. Commenter 7, she needs to do online school while she takes care of her baby. Help her with transitioning to that. Also, help her find resources to help her. And do more to find the dad's parents. Look them up online, find their social media, and track down the father. Help her file child support paperwork.